Offside is not the most complicated rule in football. That's the first myth we need to get rid of. In reality, most people misunderstand offside because they focus on the wrong thing entirely. Not where the attacker is standing, but when. That's why you see entire crowds celebrating a goal, then shouting, then arguing with each other, even though the decision was correct the whole time. And the strangest part? You can stand behind every defender and still not be offside, and you can stand ahead of them and have the goal counted as perfectly legal. Over the next few minutes, you'll discover the secret that makes offside seem mysterious when it's actually a very simple rule. Here's exactly how it works. Let's start with the simplest version. Imagine your teammate is about to pass you the ball. At the exact moment the ball leaves his foot, you cannot be closer to the goal than both the second-last defender and the ball at the same time. That's almost the entire rule. Notice the key phrase, at the moment the ball is passed. Not before, and not after. This is the detail that destroys half of the arguments on the internet. Football does not take a continuous picture. It takes one decisive snapshot. The moment of the pass. If you're onside at that instant, you're onside, even if you sprint 10 meters afterward. And if you're offside at that instant, the problem began and ended right there. Now, for the more important question, why does this rule exist in the first place? The reason isn't to make the game complicated, it's to prevent shortcuts. Without the offside rule, a striker could simply stand next to the goalkeeper for the entire match, waiting, yawning, then receiving a long pass and scoring. No pressure, no build-up play, no intelligence, nothing. Offside forces the team to move forward as a unit, and it forces attackers to time their runs rather than just pick a comfortable spot to stand. That's why the rule can feel annoying at times. It punishes tactical laziness, whether you like it or not. But here's the surprise most people never notice. Offside does not punish positioning. It punishes involvement. A player can be in an offside position and still not be penalized. Yes, really. If he doesn't interfere with play, doesn't affect defenders, and doesn't attempt to play the ball, the game may continue normally. And this is where the confusion begins. Because fans only look at where the player is standing, while referees look at his impact as well. Position matters. But behavior matters too. And that's what makes the rule smarter than it appears. Now we return to the question we opened with. How can you stand behind every defender and still not be offside? Simple. Because the ball was ahead of you when the pass was made. The ball itself cancels the offside condition in that situation, and how can you stand beyond the defenders and still have the goal count? Because you were in a legal position when the pass left your teammate's foot, and only moved afterward. Once again, timing, timing, and timing. That's why VAR uses incredibly precise lines, not because it's trying to make things more complicated, but because it's searching for that one decisive moment, especially in major tournaments, where a single centimeter can be the difference between a historic goal and a disallowed one. So if you want to remember offside forever, forget the question, where is the player standing? And ask a better one.